While funk, jazz and soul, and rock were ever present, this decade was also defined by the rise of disco, punk rock, and electronic music. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 musical acts of the 1970s. For our series on the top 10 musical acts per decade, we've based our choices on a mix of an act's success, popularity, and overall musical legacy. This is part of a series of videos spanning the decades of music, from the 1950s to the 2000s. Number 10, The Ramones. Punk music wouldn't have existed as we know it without this New York-based band. Led by lead singer Joey Ramone, the Ramones paved the way for furious, anger-themed, three-chord based rock music.
Hey, oh, let's go! Hey, oh, let's go!
Despite little major chart and commercial success, the punk rockers established a straightforward, loud, and speedy style, as demonstrated in signature songs like Blitzkrieg Bop, Sheena is a Punk Rocker, and I Wanna Be Sedated. Meanwhile, their incessant touring built them a rep as an energetic and must-see live act. Number 9, ABBA. This Swedish pop group can boast the sale of more than 380 million records and dozens of #1 hit singles, starting from the mid-1970s and reaching beyond.
There was something in the air that night, the stars were bright, Fernando.
By incorporating disco into their sound and writing catchy, relatable tunes, ABBA brought us such classics as Waterloo, Fernando, and of course, Dancing Queen.
You are the dancing queen, young and sweet, only 17.
Their eventual breakup in 1982 didn't slow down their commercial success, nor did it diminish their fan base.
You can dance, you can jive, having the time of your life.
In fact, ABBA has experienced a rejuvenation of late with the highly popular musical based on their music, Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia, now I really know, my, I could never let you go.
Number 8, Black Sabbath. If you wanted to go back to the origins of heavy music, this band would be a good place to start. Singer Ozzy Osbourne, guitarist Tony Iommi, bassist Geezer Butler, and drummer Bill Ward built a world of music like no other.
Oh, Lord, yeah.
One that was influenced by their Birmingham, England upbringing and filled with demons and dark undertones. Songs like War Pigs, Paranoid, and Iron Man defined their sound. They also opened the eyes and ears of a whole generation of soon-to-be metalheads to music that can give you nightmares, and we mean that as a compliment. Number 7, Fleetwood Mac. These British-American musicians have had many members enter and leave the band over the years, But it's the incarnation from the mid-70s that lands them here. After transitioning from a more blues-oriented act to a more pop-focused one, Fleetwood Mac's blockbuster album Rumors went on to become their biggest seller, as well as a critically acclaimed Grammy-winning chart topper. It also helped set the path for the group to later become one of the best-selling bands ever. Number 6. Eagles. This Grammy-winning and chart-topping band sold more than 150 million records worldwide. After several top 40 hits, the Eagles had their biggest hit in 1975 with the #1 album One of These Nights. They continued to rule the charts with their greatest hits compilation,
So open up, I'm climbing in to take it easy. All right.
and Hotel California.
Welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place, such a lovely place, such a lovely place.
The latter's title track soon became a landmark song that sealed the band's reputation as one of the 70s and America's biggest bands.
Nice surprise, what a nice surprise. Bring your alibi.
The LA group didn't only change the game, but also proved their staying power when their 1994 reunion put them back on the top of the charts. Number 5. Bee Gees.
Well, you can tell by the way I use my walk. I'm a woman's man, no time to talk.
The role of disco in the 1970s cannot be ignored. In one word, it was huge. Paving the way for a new dance revolution, the genre saw this trio lead the charge following their adoption of the sound in the decade's latter half.
With all your jive talking, telling me lies, good loving, so that's nice.
Composed of the three Gibb brothers, the Bee Gees infiltrated the airwaves and our dance floors with their close harmonies as well as their funky and soul-driven tunes.
Staying alive.
Their most memorable contributions are found on the Saturday Night Fever movie soundtrack, which is widely considered to be one of disco's greatest moments, spawning several #1 singles. Number 4. Elton John.
When are you gonna come down? When are you going to lie?
This English legend has more than 25 top 10 singles in a career spanning over 50 years. And it was during the 70s that his success really began.
All the clothes are time to dance to. Count the headlights on the highway.
That decade saw Elton John and his songwriting partner Bernie Taupin create a unique style combining lyrical depth and piano playing that allowed the artist to shine on songs like Rocket Man, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, Tiny Dancer, and more.
Rocket Man. Rocket Man.
Add his showmanship and vocal talent, and you've got an artist who today is one of the best-selling musical acts ever.
And the thing's gonna be a long, long time. Touchdown brings me round and gets you fine.
Number 3. Queen.
Buddy, you're a boy, make a big noise, playing in the street, gonna be a big man someday.
Lead singer Freddie Mercury was arguably the greatest stage persona to come out of rock and roll since Mick Jagger first strutted his stuff back in the 1960s. And his band wasn't too shabby either.
champions, my friends. And we'll keep on fighting till the end.
Coming to the scene as almost counter-programming to the studio-built machinery of disco, Queen built on rock and roll by incorporating elements of heavy metal and hard rock to their sound.
We will rock you, rock you, rock you, rock.
They weren't afraid to experiment, and Mercury's powerful voice truly helped them stand out. Let's not forget, they produced legendary songs like Bohemian Rhapsody and We Will Rock You, which seemed destined to be played live.
So you think you can stop me and spit my eye? So you think you can love me and leave me to die?
The echo of a distant time
Number 2, Pink Floyd.
across the sand, and everything is green as submarine.
It's safe to say that this band enjoyed incredible commercial and critical success throughout its run. But it was during the 70s that it really hit its peak. Concept albums like The Dark Side of the Moon and The Wall were psychedelic and progressive rock statements that changed the game and earned them international recognition. Thanks to their deep themes, musical experimentation, and concert performances, Pink Floyd sold over 250 million albums. They also built a rep for sticking to their artistic intentions and have been credited with making the concept album more common in rock.
I've become comfortably numb.
Before we unveil our pick for top musical act of the 1970s, here are a few honorable mentions.
Fly by night away from here. Change my life again.
There is superstitions writing on the wall. Smoke on the water, a fire in the sky. Get on it.
ABC, easy as 1, 2, 3. I'm simple as no bring me. ABC, 1, 2, 3, baby, you and me, girl.
Mama said the way you move gonna make you slap, gonna make you groove.
Number 1, Led Zeppelin.
God said the way you swing gonna make you burn, gonna make you stay.
The 1970s certainly wouldn't have been the same without this English rock band.
God, when you walk that way, but your honey drip, I can't keep away.
Formed in 1968, this four-piece unit was composed of the late John Bonham on drums, John Paul Jones on bass and keyboard, Jimmy Page on guitar, and Robert Plant on vocals. Together, these musicians had chemistry to burn and produced some of the most important music of the decade. Blending blues and folk with their hard rock and heavy metal sound, Led Zeppelin was revolutionary for the time and earned immense popularity for their musical output. They're one of the best-selling acts of all time, and their influence continues to reach far and wide. Do you agree with our list? Who's your favorite musical act of the 1970s?
Let's get it on.
For more music top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
And she's buying,
stairway to heaven.